Hey everybody, day 101 in our Pele Yoeitz journey. We continue, and we'll, as Hashem, finish with the topic of bizayon today. Here we go. V'yalachas kam v'kam, all the more so tzarich lizar l'shamim v'lazuz misha yibechvodos. You have to be very careful not to disgrace someone who he's obligated to respect. K'goyin avivimo, like a parent. Shari Ksivit says, our makla avivimo curses one who curses his parents. V'chasva paiskim shafal pi shamru of shemachal kvod kvod, even though a father can be mochel on his honor, still that's his honor, but he can't be mochel on his bizayon. He can't now allow his child to disgrace him and humiliate him. That would not be allowed. It's a woe. Woe unto those children, the wayward sons. Woe is to those children who set their parents' teeth on edge. Right? Woe is to these children on the day of judgment and on the day of reproof. So too, somebody humiliates his rebbeim. He's also in this realm of woe. Someone who humiliates Talmid Chachamim, he's obligated to excommunication. It says, what is the extent of something like what's an example of being mevaz Talmid Chacham? The Gemara says something surprising. Somebody says, "Damar Hani Rabbanan," those rabbis. That's all it is, or these rabbis. Those are these. Certainly if you speak disparagingly towards them. Certainly when we write about them or when we're quoting things from them, we have to realize we might not understand what they say. Their small fingers thicker than our thighs. When we don't understand their words, we have to believe with full belief that if we don't understand something that these gedalim, these great people, these great rabbis are writing, it's not because something that they wrote was flawed, because we're just not fully understanding. We're not getting to their wisdom. We don't fully understand what they're saying. We have to be very careful. When you write about them, or you're writing their words down, you have to do it like a Talmud who judges, and he clarifies every single word. And the person who you're quoting, you should feel like he's mamish sitting right in front of you, and you're about to quote him, right? So imagine that person who you're quoting, the big rabbi who you're quoting, is sitting in front of you. You're going to make sure you say it particular, b'dafka, with benachas, with the right frame of mind. You have to understand your place. You have to be reserved and filled with trepidation. And you should be cautious of their meaning these great rabbis who you're quoting, like they're like hot coals. You have to be careful not to get burnt. Go and learn. The extent of what's considered shameful, that when the Kohanim would ascend the steps on the altar, they would have to do it in a way that was tznius, so that their nakedness would not be revealed. Who's going to see them? The stones underneath, right? They have to walk in a certain way. There couldn't be steps, right? That's why it was a ramp. Who are we afraid is not going to see it? The avnei, the stones on the mizbeach. We're careful for the kvod, the honor of the stones. Sheinon rois ve'enam makpidos shelo yiskal ma'at merag levalos memalos. That way they shouldn't see the revealed legs. Certainly when it comes to a parents, or a Rabbi, we can't sit before them, we can't talk before them, we cannot conduct ourselves before these people with al derech that's not kavadik. It's only b'deichak that we allow a son to lean by a father on Pesach night. If the halacha is a student's not allowed to lean before a Rebbe, it's not kavadik, even though everyone's supposed to lean. But if your Rebbe's there, no, that takes precedence, which makes sense because the Pesach is the whole idea of Mesorah. So we have to keep especially this halacha of keeping the Rabbi Talmud relationship. There's a story of Yeshu. Yoshka Shekiru bar Aboiseva Yus Mamzer bar Nida. What the rabbis knew that he was a mamzer. How do they know? and that he was a bar nida. Al shahayat, they were able to detect this, not because he told them his yichud, because of something that Yeshu did. What was it? Al shayat soid b'fnei rabbisav v'nog b'aminag b'zayon. He would walk before the teachers, and he would humiliate them. He would conduct himself in a state of bizayon towards the rabbis. He was not a disciple that would act in proper honor to his Rebbeim, and that was a sign that something was wrong with this person. That was Yeshu. Fascinating. A wise person should hear this and tremble and shiver. We have to be very careful in the honor of every single person. Certainly somebody who's obligated in his honor, certainly you have to honor them. And with this, he will inherit the honor of the sages. He talks about this more later on the topic of kavod, and the topic of fear, because this is our way to review. Chavra, Rabbi, we're finished with the section of Bizayon, and wishing you a beautiful Shabbos, Parshas Vayera, and we'll see you on Sunday, Be'ez Hashem, with a new topic, day 102, the topic of Ben, a son. See you then.